Hey, welcome to Coding Demos. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to customize Android AlertDialog by adding an Android spinner. So let me show you what I'm talking about in the emulator here. We have the app. So in the app, we have a standard button. It says Show Dialog. You click on that. It will show you AlertDialog with a custom layout. So inside the custom layout, we have spinner. So this spinner basically hold a selection of fast food restaurants, and when you click on any of the options here, let's say Burger King, right, and you click OK, then it will show you the selection in a toast message. Okay, so let's go to Android Studio and build a project. So here in the Android Studio, we'll create a new project, and then we call this spinner dialog tutorial, right? Then you click on next. You leave everything as it is, and just click on next, and click on finish. Okay, build is complete. Let's go to activity underscore main, and then we'll remove the default text. We don't need that, and then we're gonna replace that with a button. Let me close this. Okay, so just drag a button and put it on the center of the screen, and then make the width of the button as a match parent. So you can do that here. Click on that. That will match the layout. It will match the layout width, and then we'll change the label from normal button to show dialog, and then we're going to change. We're going to give background color, and we'll go with the color primary, and then we'll change the text color, so it's Android text color, and we'll go with white. So since we don't have white in our project files here, so we can just use the color from Android your source. So we'll just do Android color, and there you have it. We have lots of colors to choose from, so we'll go with white. Okay, and then we need to change the ID of the button. So instead of just normal button, it will be button show dialog. Okay, let's go back to design. Okay, it looks great. Another thing is we need to extract the string resource for this. So click on a yellow bulb, extract string resource, click OK. Everything looks good. Go back to design. Great. Now we'll go to main activity, and then we need to define the button. So we'll do like that. So it's button, we call it show dialog, and then we initialize the button inside the onCreate method. So it's show dialog equals to, we need to cast the button, and we need to call find view by ID, find view by ID. We give it the resource ID, other ID, that the usual stuff. Okay, and then we need to set an OnClicklistener for the show dialog button. So set OnClicklistener, new OnClicklistener. Okay, so here inside the onClick method is where we're going to create the alert dialog. So we'll do AlertDialog.Builder. Just call it mBuilder equals to new AlertDialog, and then we give it the context. So the context that we have right now is main activity dot this, semicolon. Next is we need to create a custom layout. So that custom layout will hold the spinner. So go to project, and then go to app resource, go to layout, right click, and choose new layout resource file, and then we'll give it a name. So we'll just do dialog spinner. That's the name of the file. So it's dialog spinner, and then the root layout, the root element would be linear layout. So I click OK. So we have the layout here. Let me close this. We have the layout here. Next is we need to look for a spinner. There is spinner. Just put it on top here. Okay. And then we need to give some padding. So do like this. Android padding. Then we would say give it 20 dp. Okay. So that we give it 20 dp so that it doesn't stick too much to the edge of the layout or the edge of the screen. That's why we give it enough space. So we went with 20 dp. Okay. So we don't need to change the ID for now because that's the only spinner that we have in this project. So we'll just go with the default name, spinner, and then go to main activity, and we will need to inflate the layout. So we do that by doing view, and then we give it mView equals to get layout inflator dot inflate, and then we'll choose the first option, which basically needs two values. First, it needs the resource file and then the view group. So the resource file is basically the file that we just created, which is the custom file. So it is error.layout.dialog spinner. That's the only file we have right now, and the comma, and then the view group. So since we are in a AlertDialog, so we don't have a view group, so you can just pass null and semicolon. Okay. Another thing is we need to set a title for the dialog, so we can just do like this. It's mBuilder.set title, and then we'll just say what's inside the app. So you click on show dialog. So you have spinner and custom dialog. Great. So I'll just use that. Spinner and custom dialog. So we have the title. Another thing is we need to define the spinner view that we've just created inside the inflated layout or the custom layout. So we'll just define a normal spinner. It's spinner, nothing fancy on here. So spinner, we'll just give it a name, spinner, and spinner equals to, we need to cast the spinner, and then here's the thing that you need to keep an eye on. So you can see here we're doing mView and then dot find view by ID. The reason we're doing it like this is because the spinner doesn't actually exist in the main layout file. That's the reason why we're not directly using find view by ID, but instead we first have to go through to the mView, and then the mView or this view will basically gives us access to the UI views inside that layout. So you have to do it like this. So it's mView and then dot find view by ID, and then you give it the normal resource ID. So it's resource ID dot spinner. Okay, because let's say if you don't do that, then if let's say you forgot to add this, then you'll get an exception saying that there's no view, this view doesn't exist inside the activity underscore main. That's the reason. But since if let's say you reference the mView here, then you're telling Android, hey, look for this view inside this particular layout. So let me just undo that. Okay. Now we have this spinner, and next is we need to set an adapter. So that adapter will basically hold the values of, in our case, the list of fast food restaurants. So here I have a note that has the list of restaurants that we need to add inside the spinner. So we'll just do that right now. Go to project, go to app, go to resource, go to values, and then string. And then right here we need to create a string array, and we'll give it a name of restaurant list, and then close that. So we give it an item, and then we just duplicate that a few times, and then I'm gonna take the first selection and I'm gonna put it right here. That's for Burger King. Then Carl's Jr. Just put it right here. So let me just fill out all the items first. Okay, so we have the string array and its items are all here. Next is we need to go to main activity, and then we need to define the array adapter. So the array adapter, like I said, it's going to hold all this. It's going to hold the list of items for the spinner. So we do array adapter and has a type of string, and then we just call it adapter equals to new array adapter, and the first value will be the context, which is main activity.this, and then we have the resource file, which is, since we don't have a custom resource file for the adapter, so we'll just use the standard Android resource file, and since we need that for spinner, so we'll just look for Android.resource.layout.simple, and then spinner, that's the one, simple spinner item. Choose that, and then we have the next option, which is the values. The values is basically the string array that we've just created. So we'll do that by doing get resources dot get string array, and then we pass in the resource ID. So it's r dot array, and then that's the restaurant list. Then end up with semicolon, and then we do adapter. We're telling that, hey adapter, we need the item to be in some sort of a drop down list fashion, right? So we do set drop down view resource, because the items is going to be in a drop down structure, so we have to do it like this: adapter.set drop down view resource, and then we'll just do android.r.layout.simple spinner drop down item, and then we need to set the adapter, so it's mspinner.set adapter, then oops, no, this one just adapter. Okay, now we have the spinner, we have the adapter, and next is we need to set uh, the positive and the negative button, the OK and dismiss button. So we'll do that now. So it's builder mbuilder.set positive button. First, it needs the value or the label for the button, so we'll do OK, and then the second value would be OnClicklistener. So it's saying that, are you going to do some action when you click on the OK button? Yes, we need to do some action. So inside the onClick method here, then we will do an if condition. So inside this if condition, we say we need to get the item from the spinner, the selected item from the spinner. So it says mspinner.get selected item dot toString dot equal ignore case, so mspinner here. Okay, let me go to strings. Let me just add another item, which is the general item, which is please select restaurant. Is it? Choose a restaurant. Okay, that was a bit short. Choose a restaurant. Okay, so when you add the three dots, right, it's gonna give you like not warning, but basically some sort of information warning kind of thing that says that you need to replace that with, we need to replace the dots. So we'll just do hover your mouse over it, and replace it with the suggested character. That's the one. So the error basically is gone. And then we'll just choose this. So this will be the first item that will be shown in the spinner. So we say if m spinner get select item with toString doesn't equal to this, then if it doesn't equal to this, then what we're going to do here is we're going to show a toast message. So it's toast. Oops, it's a toast, not a toolbar. So it's toast.make text, and then we say it's main activity because that's the current context that we have right now, and then we'll get the selected item. So it's mspinner dot get selected item dot toString, and then we'll just give it a length short, and don't forget to show. Okay, so here we have the toast. So we have the positive button, and we're done with the positive. Now let's go to negative button. So it's mBuilder.set negative button, and the label would be dismiss. And the onClick listener, yes, we need that to dismiss the dialog. That's the only action that we have right now. So it's dialog interface.dismiss. Oh yeah, another one thing is we need to dismiss the dialog as well in this case, because when the toast is shown, we need to dismiss the dialog. Okay, so we did the positive and the negative button. Next thing is we need to show the no, before we show the dialog, we need to set the AlertDialog.Builder to the custom view that we just created, because if we don't do that, if we don't do this line mBuilder dot set view mView, then if you forget this line, for example, and you run the app, then and you click on the button, then you don't see anything actually, because the layout, the custom layout, isn't yet set to the AlertDialog.Builder, so you basically see nothing. Basically it's nothing, yeah. So you need to add this line. Now we have the mBuilder.set view, and then we need to show the AlertDialog. So it's AlertDialog, just call it dialog equals to mBuilder dot create, and then we do dialog dot show. Okay, I think that's basically it. So what we did right here is we have a button, and then we define the button. We set an on-click listener for the button so that we can show the dialog. So inside the AlertDialog we have a custom layout. This custom layout will hold a spinner, and the AlertDialog has a title, and then we've set the array adapter for the spinner. We've set the positive button and the negative button, and we've set the custom view to the Android AlertBuilder, and then we've showed the dialog. I think we are done here, so let's give it a run and see how it looks like. Okay, so we have the app here, and then we have the button. So you click on show dialog. Okay, so we have the we have the dialog here, and inside we have the spinner. So we have the title, we have the spinner. So if you, for example, let's say you choose a restaurant, that's the option that you select. You click OK, then it doesn't show a toast message, because that's what we did here. We've checked that if the selected spinner item is equal to this option, then don't show a toast message. Otherwise, just show a toast message with the selected item from the Android spinner. So let's say, for example, we choose another item. Let's say we choose Burger King, right? And they click OK, and they have the Burger King showing the toast message. Then choose other option, Carl's Jr., you got the same thing. Let's say you click on dismiss, then the dialog is dismissed as usual. That's basically it for this tutorial. If you really enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a like. And if you want to see more of these awesome tutorials, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and Happy coding!